EA Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Washington Commanders. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go in our nation's capital. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. At their own 27-yard line.
Unlock wide.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And we'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Now Daniel's going to keep it. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Let's go.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
He's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. You talk about this Giant defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Justin Jefferson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing his dart. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard. Now a first carry here for the running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They go play action with Dart. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Intercepted. The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They've got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
To throw is Daniels. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
13 yards.
First catch here by St. Brown. Good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 49.
They'll run. Here's the former Seminole. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. You talk about this Giant defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. And in order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Ready, set. Ready, set.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels, keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Commanders are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Commanders 14, Giants nothing.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to...
Touchdown, Giants! A big play there with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in the touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Working out of the gun, Daniels to the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Come on. Ready?
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
On the set. 70 Ranger. Let's go now. 19.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
On the ready. Ready.
That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jaden Daniels keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point safely through. And it's now 21-7. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now Dart. That escapes the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a second and long. In motion comes the tight end left. To throw, Dart. And the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On play action, here's Dart. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
To the air again, Dart. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. To throw now, Dart. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Looking to throw, Dart. That one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone is in a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Throwing, Dart. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Still moving. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
He had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Try that again, Coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6.
There we go. 70 Timberwolves. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Now Daniels.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Daniels looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Washington.
Jaden Daniels.
41 yards.
And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Point after here coming up. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
The score. Commanders 28, Giants 7.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And quick throw here, that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing his dart. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Dart. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
To throw his Dart.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Dart looking to throw again.
Johnson's got it complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Bronco 80.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, first and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The carry here for the big tight end. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action, now it's Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's Daniels. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Going right back to Wilson.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Let's go.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Dart. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 9 here. To the air once more is Dart. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. Lightning, crack all 80.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And a Commander's first down.
To the air goes Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. Now he's loose again. He may go. Touchdown, Washington. Jaden Daniels, 68 yards. And the Commanders are able to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Commanders 38, Giants 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. They'll fake the give. Now it's Dart. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. 2nd down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3's all around. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7.
Come on, come on. Go.
To throw is Daniels. And he fires one incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Washington going to send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line ready to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Dart going to look to throw here. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They'll go. Here's Dart. Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Let's go now.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Reload! Reload! 79 Broncos! Say, hey!
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They can't tackle him. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Get it! 70 Timberwolves! Riggs! Riggs!
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, break.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, New York.
To the air, Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand?
Ready?
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now. Ready,
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Garrett Wilson, 51 yards. And the Commanders have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here we go. 60.
Here's Dart. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
To throw, Dart. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Here we go. Cougar 19. Go.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard
Dart.
line.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1.
At the 28-yard line.
To throw now, Dart. Able to shake him off. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
At the 38-yard line.
Throwing his Dart. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Looking to throw, Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll try to throw for it with Dart. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And
Well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
2 yards.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Here we go, here we go.
Now Daniels. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Ready.
Daniels looking to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As these guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Daniels going to try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice.
And this will be caught at the 30.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Here's Dart. He finds his man, complete. That's Fox. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, New York.
Now Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now throwing again. Here's Dart. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41.
It's a turnover on down.
Okay, break.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. 19 tight. 19, 8.
Here's Daniels.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Washington, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.